What's up, Five fans? This is Slim Olokpe with Slim Olokpe Boxing. Click that like button, share and subscribe. So let us dive into a defining moment in the career of one of the greatest heavyweight champion in boxing history, Lennox "the Lion" Lewis. Lennox Lewis was known for his powerful presence in the ring, but who did he consider the toughest opponent of his career? In an interview with the Ring magazine, Lennox Lewis didn't hesitate when he was asked the question. He named Evander Holyfield as his most challenging adversary. He said Evander Holyfield is someone who pushed him to the limit in two unforgettable battles. So let us take a deep dive into the rivalry, the fights that shaped their legacies, and why Lennox Lewis holds Evander Holyfield in such high regard. This is a story of two heavyweight legends clashing at the pinnacle of their careers. But before we get into Lennox Lewis' rivalry with Evander Holyfield, let's take a moment to reflect on what made Lennox Lewis such a dominant force in the heavyweight division. Lennox "the Lion" Lewis was born in London and he was raised in Canada. He was already an Olympic gold medalist before he turned professional in 1989. His size, power and technical skills set him apart in a crowded field of heavyweight contenders. But it wasn't always all smooth sailing for the Lion, because despite his 84-inch reach, Lennox "the Lion" Lewis still suffered two upset losses in his career, both of which came from being caught off guard by underdog challengers. And it was not until he teamed up with the legendary trainer Emmanuel Stewart before he transformed into the complete fighter we remember today. Emmanuel Stewart's guidance helped Lennox Lewis level up his defenses, refine his punching power, and craft a strategy that will carry him to victories over some of the biggest names in the sport, including Mike Tyson, Razor Ruddock, and Shannon Briggs. But the fight that stands out in Lennox Lewis' memory as the most challenging is the one against Evander "the Real Deal" Holyfield. By the time Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield squared off in 1999, both fighters were at the top of the heavyweight division, and at that time, Evander "the Real Deal" Holyfield was no stranger to tough competition. He had already proven himself by defeating Buster Douglas to become the undisputed champion, and he had also earned worldwide recognition for his victories over Mike Tyson. But when the two legends met in the ring for the first time, it was not just a fight, it was a battle for heavyweight supremacy. The stakes were enormous, as both fighters were fighting for the chances to become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And in their first clash, Evander "the Real Deal" Holyfield, despite being the smaller man at 6'2" and 226 pounds, was expected to give Lewis a tough challenge, and Evander Holyfield delivered. March 13, 1999, Madison Square Garden. Lennox "the Lion" Lewis and Evander "the Real Deal" Holyfield step into the ring for what was expected to be an epic showdown. And the fight delivered, just not in the way fans expected. From the opening bell, Lennox "the Lion" Lewis used his size and his reach, and he was using his jab to keep Holyfield at bay. The 6'5", 245-pound Lewis was able to control the distance and land significant shots throughout the fight. And despite many people believing that Lewis had done enough to win the fight, the judges shocked the world with a split decision draw, and the boxing community was in an uproar, with many calling it a robbery. Lennox Lewis himself was stunned, but he remained focused on the task at hand, proving that he was the best heavyweight in the world. But for all the controversy, what this fight really showed was Holyfield's toughness and tenacity, because despite facing a much bigger opponent, Evander "the Real Deal" Holyfield hung in there and made it a close competitive bout. And as Lennox would later admit after the fight, he said Holyfield brought out the best in him, and he had to dig deep to keep up with the relentless pressure of Evander "the Real Deal" Holyfield. So 8 months later, in November 1999, the two men met again, and this time there will be no controversy, because Lennox Lewis was determined to leave no doubt as to who is the superior fighter, and he fought accordingly. Lennox Lewis dominated the rematch from start to finish, and he was using his jab to great effect and landing heavy shots that kept Evander Holyfield on the defensive. But once again, Holyfield showed why he was such a formidable opponent. Even at 37 years old, he refused to back down, absorbing Lennox Lewis' best shot and firing back his own. But in the end, Lennox the Lion Lewis won by unanimous decision and become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. So reflecting on the fight, Lennox Lewis said that people don't see your best until you are up against someone as good, and he said that the rematch is unforgettable and it was a defining fight. He said he was up against one of his greatest peers and he was able to show that he was more efficient than Evander the real deal Holyfield. At the same time, Evander Holyfield was older and smaller at the time, but he pushed Lennox Lewis to his limit and earned his respect in the process. So when Lennox Lewis looked back to his career, it is clear that his rivalry with Evander Holyfield stands out. As he told Ring magazine, he said Holyfield was the best fighter he ever faced. He said not Mike Tyson and not Vitaly Klitschko, but Evander the real deal Holyfield. And their two battles were some of the most significant heavyweight fights of the era. Lennox Lewis may have come out on top, but Holyfield's toughness and heart left an indelible mark on the sport. Both men cemented their legacy as two of the greatest heavyweights of all time, and their rivalry will forever be remembered as a clash of titans. So there you have it, fight fans. Lennox Lewis, the last undisputed heavyweight champion before Alexander Usyk, names Evander Holyfield as the toughest opponent he ever faced. Their rivalry was a defining moment in boxing history, a testament to the skill, determination, and the art of both men. So what do you think? Did Lennox Lewis deserve both wins, or should Evander Holyfield have gotten a nod in their first fight? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.